Hello, and welcome back to Dark Cloud. I'm Chance, also known as Ross. In the last episode, we ventured forth down into the Sun and Moon Temple. I talked a bit about how I'm kind of be rebranding the channel, kinda. More so to talk about, sorry, my screen's a bit dirty, I'm scratching it out. So, like, basically how I'm going to be changing out how my channel is now. I kind of talked a bit about how I'll be like researching it, researching the games I'm playing, talking about them a bit more. I did an entire the day of, or I think it was the day after that episode I recorded. I ended up going and redoing all of my videos, made sure the thumbnails were all more uniform to how they are now. You probably, it's already been done. And I edited all the videos that I had in my backlog. I edited, I uploaded them all. They're all available. Basically, by the time you see this, all the videos that were more or less in my back burner have now been released and are available to everybody. I started, did I say that? I made a new channel trailer as well, because of how things have changed on the channel. I figured I might as well change the channel trailer from like what it was to what it is now, and yeah. I went into so, and so yeah, I'm just looking around for any of the I don't remember what they're called. I think they're just called like monster chests. I don't know. Just running around looking for those real quick. And then we'll head into Sun and Moon Temple and hopefully beat Ungaga's floor, because we died last episode. We did not complete it, which sucks, because in the last episode I mentioned how I was recording recording that episode, then the power went out, so I lost all the progress I did inside the game, and two, all of the video I did for that episode, because when the power goes out, the program doesn't have a stop point, so it's just data that hasn't been completed. Outside or go home. Okay. So yeah, I think that's it. Do I have any parts? Got the supplies and the totem. I don't have the boo somewhere. What? Oh shit, this is hay, not supplies. Or odds and ends, as it's called. Oh. Doesn't look like anything, so let's head on to the temple. Sorry, oh, that's because I don't have walking mode. Still not used to the controls again. Let's head on in. Let's do Ungaga's floor, which sucks because we were pretty far along. There's 15 enemies per level, and I managed to kill 11, so it just shows you how close we were to basically getting out of that floor. I also have to be careful I don't have auto repair powder, so I can't just let the weapon degrade. Ouch. Oh. Wait, what? Was that an item that I just lost? Did you guys see that? So what I was thinking, once I get through a bit more into Metro, I would start recording Mass Effect 3. It's the only one out of the trio of, or trio for the original Mass Effect series that I don't have done. Aha! We can leave. I'm just gonna leave, because we literally just failed. I'll grab as many treasure chests along the way, but I'm gonna head out. There's why. I know there's no mimics on this floor, so I might as well. Oops, 2 secret path keys. Nice. I know there's no mimics, so I'm just gonna try to grab as much treasure as I can, and then I'm gonna head out. Yep. The age of old video games where cutscenes are as long as they want it to be, rather than as long as they need to be. In game development, we kind of learn that you don't want to bore your audience with useless information. At least for indie games, because one, the more data it takes up, the I think we took big box last time, so let's take small box to counteract. Ah, yes, a petite fish. But yeah, it's because if you make useless, if you make something that is useless, one, it takes up too much space on like the download side, and two, like your players will just be like, why is this here? So, but old games don't really have that luxury of knowledge. They just kind of did things to do things. We're gonna try to level up Xiao a bit. Oh god, Jesus, what the hell? What's that? A giant toad? How is this on this? What the heck? I forgot how much I actually leveled up Xiao's weapons. So, it's actually a bit more effective than I thought. I remember when I first played this game, getting to this point, I've banned myself from touching those because they've only done bad stuff to me. Even though I know there's like, it's literally a 50-50, but over the course, it's just been bad stuff. But yeah, my first time playing this game, basically what would happen is I would have a lot of stand-in powder, and I would only use Toan, right? Because Toan's a boss, but essentially, basically Toan would die and I would stand in like, oh, I would switch to Goro. Goro would die, I would switch to Ruby would die, and then it would switch to Xiao, and it's like, Xiao can't do any damage, so I had to literally like use bombs and like fire elemental damage stuff to actually kill things. And what I would do is literally just kill as fast as possible, and if I found the key, grab all the treasure chests and the orbs, and then just leave. I wouldn't even bother, which in hindsight, it's not a good plan, because for one, none of your weapons are upgraded, so when you get to the final boss, it actually matters. Like, I got to the final boss with Toan with the Ultima, actually I think I had the Dark Cloud sword. I forgot the last, whatever the last weapon upgrade is, but I had that for Toan, and so I was wrecking the boss on the melee front, but when it swapped to ranged, I was dealing no damage. Straight up just no damage, and I was like, I literally thought to myself, like, there's no point continuing, because I can't even defeat the final boss, and I basically didn't, like, I stopped playing with the intention of continuing, but then I just never continued, right? It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'll come back to it, like, I'll beat that boss, and then you just basically never do that. And so, that's the story of how I never actually beat Dark Cloud 1. I never beat it as a kid, obviously. I think the farthest I got was to the end of the Sand Temple. Like, for some reason I have fond memories of failing the QuickTime events as a kid, but at the same time, I don't remember if I actually got this far. It might have been I wasn't playing and I was watching my cousin's big brother play, and then he was like, oh, you want to do the QuickTime event? And that's what I was trying to do. So I might have not actually gotten this far personally. I most definitely didn't, because I'm not that good at video games as a kid. And I'm alright now, you know? I ain't nothing to sneeze at, but I like to think I'm alright now. The Dragon's Y. Well, it says I need wind. I'm gonna toss 2 winds on in there. It says I need more attack. Dragon flying and beast slaying, which I got a beast slay right there. Okay. I got a lot of beast. I could buy wind, but I can't buy beast as far as I think I could buy dragon as well. I think I could buy beast though. So the final character we unlock, actually, he's able to fly, so all these jumping puzzles, you could just fly over them. So what I generally do is, like, I kill all the enemies, and then I play as him, and like I play as him to get to the exit, because he ignores basically all of the obstacle puzzles. That. I don't want to risk losing Xiao's dragon. What a sick name, too. The Dragon's Y. Is it dragon? No. Xiao with an X, not with a Y. Like, seriously, I'm kind of impressed of how powerful Xiao's gotten, considering she was, like, the weakest on my team, because I never used her. Because as I mentioned before, all characters that you get basically are almost as or equal to the strength of the area you find them. So, like, you know, the fact that Xiao is as strong as the enemies here, or I guess you might even say she's stronger since she's able to slaughter them so easily, is impressive in my opinion. Still upset that I got Goro weapon, like, ridiculously, like, I was leveling him up for that one episode. I got him, like, such a good weapon here. I'm gonna do an extra floor since we kinda skipped, air quote, the Ngaga floor. We didn't skip it technically because we almost beat it, but then we died, so then when I got the key I just left. So we kinda have a bit more time, so I'm gonna go down another floor, do that, then I'll end the episode after that. Unless the next floor is a boss floor, which is possible. It happens on occasion, but I highly doubt it. And also, it's not steel. Do I have Metal Buster on Xiao's weapon? I don't think so. Taking a lot of hits though. difficulty, the closer they get to me, the more damage I do. Sometimes I don't even have to walk. Oh, is this a mimic? No. It's a bomb. Ah, steel slingshot. Nice. Oh shit. I know I can't jump into chasms, but for some reason that scared me. I thought I was gonna jump into a hole. 1, 2, 3. Easy money. Xiao is literally wrecking face, man. Like, no joke, she's just killing every enemy in our vicinity. Time to switch to Toan to get that orb. Alright, odds and ends. Already had a lot of those though. Oh. Treasure. Ah, a map. Huh. See, it's kind of hard to see the treasures, simply because they blend so well with the environment. I mean, once you literally just look at them from a certain angle, it's like, it's obvious that it's a treasure. I wish I could do sit backwards or something to avoid damage. The dragon-wise energy is full. Upgrade! That might be too much Beast Slayer, but whatever. No, it wasn't. Still need a bit more. Okay, let's add some of this wind. And 1 Beast Killer. We're cleaning up our bags a bit more because I don't know if I did that on screen, but the my storage is full, so I really need to start upgrading. That's why I kind of switched to Xiao instead of Toan. Toan's weapon's pretty up there in terms of upgrades in comparison to Xiao, at least. And I know I call him Toan even though I named him Maras, but it's easier for people who didn't who never changed his name and only know him or refer to him as Toan. At least I think that's how it's pronounced. I mean, like, a lot of people called him Zidane in Final Fantasy IX, even though I call him Zidane. It's just, you know, personal preference, right? It's like that Dorkly video where they're talking about whether or not it's Bahamut or Bahamut, even though, like, there's a real world equivalent. I don't know. I know a lot of people have names that are spelt weird but are pronounced a certain way. So it's like, you can never really know unless you talk to the actual writer of the character and or media, because they know. Unless you're me, who I write a name, I pronounce it a certain way, and then someone pronounces it a better way, and I'm like, that sounds better than the way I was thinking. Happened on a couple occasions. Alright, let's head up to the top. Let's try to... oh yeah. Let's head up to the top, and then we're gonna slot any of these altas. Oh yeah, go further. Duh. Oh shit. Well, I thought I hit the down key, but instead I accidentally hit the A key. I guess you have to suffer for me for a little bit more. I'm sorry. It looks like one of these. Yep. There's too many chests on this floor. This might be the mimic floor. There's actually... I remember... Yeah, I remember this. I remember being on a floor full of mimics. Oh wow, this is an actual guy. Well, the last time we took a small box, it wasn't bad. Let's grab that big box. Oh, the chopper. It's not like that's a really old weapon. Can I sell weapons? I've actually never tried. Ow. Damn, my no-hit run has failed even for the episode. Even though I'm pretty sure I got hit by a bomb earlier against Anungaga's run through. Okay. Yeah, as I mentioned, Ungaga has a weapon called the Sun Rod. I'm 98% sure that exists. And if I'm wrong, then you could tell me I'm a dumbass. Like, literally just write, Chance, you're a dumbass. You actually got the halberd, and you just haven't rewatched your video in a while. And you got that weapon at this time, you idiot. Why don't you just rewatch your entire series? And I'll say, you're right. I should have. That's it. Stairway roof. I don't know. Are there any houses that I couldn't access the top floor with? Give me that sweet loot. You know, the Dark Cloud series is pretty impressive because it's one of those, it's a roguelike game that has a lot of customizability, and like, it's kind of rare for just old games to have this much customizability, but also have like an entirely randomized adventure, because one, your weapons are completely random, you can't really decide, pick or choose what weapons you'll be given. Two, all the weapons have branching paths, although granted the branching paths eventually lead to the same thing, they might not necessarily be the same weapon. So if you replay this game, you might not actually have the same weapons that you did at the end of the first playthrough. It was an explosion! Another steel slingshot. So let's say you play through and you get Steve. I don't know if I got Steve on my playthrough. Did I? I don't know if I got Steve. But now I have, because like Steve has two upgrades. There's Steve 1 and Steve 2. And I think I upgraded my steel slingshot, right? Up to this point? Might not have the steel slingshot. Now I have the Dragon Y, and it's like really powerful. And I originally thought the Steve was really powerful, but Steve, if I remember my original playthrough, Steve 2 wasn't that great because it doesn't upgrade past Steve 2. I might be wrong about that actually, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't upgrade past Steve 2. So I don't get the most powerful weapon, so when I fight the final boss, I don't have the most powerful weapon, I only have Steve 2. Why am I changing? I'm Xiao. Yeah, as I said, the mimic floor. Wait, does that mean if I go further beyond that it's also all mimics? Like if I use the secret key, or secret patches key, would it all be mimics on the other side as well? Well, at least they drop a lot of money. ooh, time for an upgrade. See, we've upgraded so much on this level. Upgrade. Dragon Y. So I still need attack, wind, and beast killer. As well as the other two, dragon and sky killer. Do I have any attacks? Or not just any dragons. I do have dragon, beast, and sky killer. I guess I'll work on with that. I'll have to go to my my bank thingy, pull out all the other stuff I need for Xiao. I'm really tempted to go touch this ring right here, but I'm not gonna. Really tempted though, but I'm not gonna do it. So what I'll do is when I get out of this dungeon, I'll end the episode right away, and then the next episode we'll apply all the all the building blocks we got for the town. And I know I could leave, but what if there's sweet loot? I don't know if they always guarantee drop the money, but I'll take it. Oh shit. I think I almost have the shop done though for the Muska Lacka. So I won't have to run out to the other villages to do that. Ow. Our defense is really good. I'm glad I took the time to get max defense. I know some of, like, the first few episodes I didn't do that, so some people are lacking, but Toan actually, he takes no damage sometimes, just a straight up 0, which is nice because, again, I use them all the time. Umgaga obviously is the one who's new, so we don't have as much defensive upgrades on him. But he'll join the fold eventually. Okay, go further. Leave dungeon. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope you stick around for next episode recording session thingy, and I shall see you then. Bye-bye!